Greetings, Mission Control. Rhadamant here. Thank you for tuning in to Space Engineers, Episode 8, Launching to Space. And there we go. We already have 2 solar panels. They're only getting about 75% solar. Because I built them kind of pointed correctly. Also, at this point, I can probably put these to auto because the batteries are full. So these solar panels, if you're wondering, are only generating about 118 kilowatts a piece. The wind, however, almost 3 times that. And I'm not even getting particularly good wind generation. If I was in like a valley way down there, I'd probably be getting somewhere like 500. Something along those lines. It really depends on the planet you're on. Alright, I think that's all the solar panels. It is. Sweet. Now that they're built, break them down. Stick it in the pod. Okay, we might run, well, I can also use my own personal inventory as well. That's not a problem. But this bad boy is filling up fast. When do you warn me about switching something? I actually just switched it. I just switched my batteries to auto, so we're good there. Still fits. Cool. Then there is a few other things that I wanted to build for that. Yeah, Yoda. You big tough boy. Bye-bye, Yoda. Alright, I want to set it up so that the solar panels track the... Hey, buddy. Hi. I'll give you one guess as to who just got carried out of my office. The rattling strikes. He's gonna be crying for a while. He definitely wanted to hang out. Poor dude. I'm not gonna see him till tomorrow. Unless he busts in here. Alright, 4 tubes, or 8 tubes, 8 motors. Already got that. Then the computers. Bugs, again. Man, I do meet more debugging playing this game than I did as like 10 years as a software developer. Oh no! Oh, well, that's fine. Eat lead. Well, I was gonna say eat lead, but I just realized it's more like eat magnesium. Which just doesn't have the right pizzazz to it. You know? It just doesn't sound right. Alright, and then up top I need 20 of the large tubes. And I believe I am out of iron again. They look like programming bugs? Yeah, eat nickel. If I had a nickel for every time I had to shoot bugs, I would have a zero-sum amount of nickel. It's a bad joke. Sorry. I'm keeping them. I stand by my bad joke.
Inventory full.
Oh wow, there was really not a lot of stone in that. To my right is a dad, exactly. Y'all just you just heard the audible proof that I have my own rad spawn. Oh, here comes my rad spawn mascot. Hi, buddy. Why am I not using the build planner? I will be. Eventually. More bugs. Just the one? You're usually not solitary hunters, but alright. If you say so. Cheers. A rocket tied to a cow is a nuclear missile. Nice. What about a man tied to a missile? It's pretty strange love, I think. All right, let's use the build planner this time because I really haven't been. Well, again, the build planner doesn't really work with the regular assembler because it doesn't make entire parts. You can't queue them up, which is why I haven't used them. Lest I forget. All right, so last part of this setup. I'm almost in space. I promise. I promise. Y'all are like, oh my god, he's still on the planet. Yes. Yes, I am. I'm probably not going to have a lot of extra carry weight to even bring ingots. I might want to do like one run of every type of ingot though, just so that I have some building materials for when I'm up there. Oh, it was too many. I have my own personal subset of goals that I'm working towards. But yeah, you certainly don't have to leave the planet. Building planetary bases is like totally a legit thing to do. It's just not what I wanted to do in this series. I have my own goals that I have not yet shared, but it will be illuminated at some point, I promise. Now, the thing I have to make sure that I don't do when I'm building is pulling from anything in that pod up there, because I don't want to pull resources from the pod to build, because that would be very counterproductive. Okay, I have everything. I've got everything. Oh, actually, before I shred that, let's empty... Oh, I don't have anything in my inventory. Perfect. I don't know if I'm going to have room for this all, but we will see. Whoa! Gonna have to use my own inventory. Alright, so the cockpit's full. Connector's full. That storage is full. Second cargo is full. Yep. My own inventory now. Perfect. As if I planned it. I may have planned it. Yeah. I think... Can you chill? Just bring it down like 4 notches, dude. I think I might want to get a little ice. Just to make myself extra heavy. And then go. My hydrogen tank is 92% full. I have just enough thrust to go up. Don't worry, I already fixed the batteries. If I hadn't, I'd be plummeting right now. So I don't want to overfill this with ice, because, like, I'll be too heavy to even take off. Oh boy. We doing this? We doing this. Alright, here we go. Take off for space! I'll see you there in a year. Actually, before I go anywhere, let's make sure, things that can be off are off. So drill off. Batteries. Not good enough. I'm gonna get up to speed using hydrogen and then maintain the speed with Atmo. Oh, another thing I needed, well, so as soon as I stop holding down spacebar, my vertical Atmo tries to slow me down. So I'm going to turn dampeners off so that it doesn't ever try to slow me down, because that's really dumb. I'm only trying to go up. I don't need to stop my vertical climb. And my atmospheric thrusters don't even produce enough thrust to get me up anymore. Ooh. Let's level off. And right now I'm just feathering my speed because there's a... I'm going to call it a galactic speed limit of about 100 meters per second. And trying to exceed that speed limit just wastes fuel. I'm also trying to stop lateral movement because I'm laterally drifting, but with my dampeners off, I could turn the dampeners back on. It will stop the lateral drift for me, as long as I'm holding spacebar, so we don't stop the vertical. And I'm at 8,000 meters, and I need to climb to about 44 or so to be out of the gravity well of the alien planet. Yeah, escape velocity in this game is not really a thing. You can actually just leave the gravity well traveling at like 1 meter per second or even slower, which is not real life physics, but you know, whatever. You didn't know I played Space Engineers? Well, you know what? I didn't until about 2 weeks ago, so you were pretty well informed. Oh, we have like nice, sweet music going on. Peaceful. I'm getting away from the bugs. Another thing I should have done is I should have set up thrust settings for my engine so I didn't have to feather this manually, but oh well. Too late now. Because you can tell your thrusters to thrust at a certain kilonewtons, so that you don't actually have to do the thrusting yourself. Just be like, oh, only go like 72 kilonewtons or whatever, and it will just do it. Another thing to note is right here, the gravity. We started at 1.1 planetary gravity, which means like 1.1 Earths. It measures by Earth, which is funny because there's not like an Earth in the galaxy, but it still uses Earth gravity as a point of reference. And we're now down to 0.39, so it requires a lot less force to break atmo, or break, not atmo, but, well, technically I'm still in the atmosphere, but to break gravitational. And I might actually move this. Where's my large one? Alright, increase thrust, decrease thrust. There we go. So now I don't even have to do anything. No hands, Ma! I'm going to space! Where I can just tell the large thruster on the backside to apply a certain amount of force. Oh, you know what? I'm actually going downwards, aren't I? I need a lot more force. I didn't even notice. My altitude is going the wrong direction. That's not good. We want to blast off, which means up. I just turned the dampeners on so I can kill horizontal. There we go. Alright. I've only used about maybe 8% of my hydrogen. Full throttle, exactly. Only about 8% of my hydrogen since leaving the planet. And now I'm using the thrust overrides to accelerate me, feathering around the max speed. Which is somewhere between 144 kilonewtons and 120 kilonewtons. Do. You know, now would be a really good time for me to go to the bathroom. So, I'll be right back. I'm back! No space pirates. The thing is, I wouldn't really even be worried about space pirates, because I'm not hostile with them. I killed enough spiders down on the planet that the space pirates like me. So, not a problem. Now I only need to thrust about 72 kilonewtons in order to keep up speed. Because we're down to 0.12 planetary gravity. This is a lot easier on the hands than having to, like, hit spacebar or whatever. The only thing I worried about as I was ascending is hitting meteorites or asteroids. They're not meteorites, they're not falling. But hitting asteroids as I ascended, because I was not at the controls. But there are, you know, the density of these asteroids are not so bad. Ascend. Almost out of the gravity well. Now, the other thing is, if I'm relying on solar power, I'm going to want to get pretty far away from this alien planet. Because the alien planet's going to block the sun if I'm, like, near it, depending on the time of day. And then another thing that just occurred to me is I am going to hide the resources on the planet, because I don't really care about the planet. The thing I should have done, well, okay. The thing I should have done is left a base GPS marker, but I know my base is going to be, like, next to the nickel and, you know, iron. So if I needed to ever find the base again for some reason, I could fly that direction, right, and get back to the base. I would see it if I went to the nickel and the iron, because the nickel and the iron was base adjacent. We're at 0.05 gravity. Almost there. Okay, I've escaped. I am out of the gravity well entirely. But I am... So there's a few different things to do. Out in space, we're going to start to find metals that do not exist on the planet, like uranium or platinum, which would be good to search for. And also, I want to get away from the planet itself so that it doesn't block the sun. So, as I'm traveling away from the planet, I'm going to make pit stops at these asteroids to scan them for metals that I would like to have. Which is weird, because I have no inventory space. Yeah, never mind. I'm not even going to stop, because I have space in my drill, I guess. But that's it. I only have drill space. So yeah, I could fill the drill. If I found, like, platinum or uranium, I could fill the drill. Because the thing is, I'm not really planning on coming back to this sector of space, because it's too close to the planet, and it would therefore block the sun. I want to go to deep space. Let's check that asteroid right there for stuff. So I'm going to hit the dampers and thrust towards it, but not at it. You don't ever want to thrust directly at stuff, because if you can't stop in time, you go smash and you die. Whereas if you thrust towards it and you can't brake in time, you just go past it. Big deal. Not a problem. You can always do a U-turn. It's peaceful up here, huh? For now. For now. Silver would be good. Yeah, silver would allow me to make a survival kit so I could spawn up here. Platinum would allow me to make better tools. Uranium would allow me to have a really easy source of power because of nuclear. But even just like ice or cobalt, even ice would be fine. All right, I'm going to start slamming the brakes. So in my current design, I have a lot more braking power on the bottom of my ship because I have that large thruster on the bottom of my ship. So I kind of designed it in such a way that it's like more foolproof, because I can't go forward with that big thruster because it's not on the back of the ship, right? But I can stop by leaning upwards using it. So I designed it in such a way that it won't ever be used to accelerate me into a wall, but it can stop me from slamming into said wall. Alright, the thrust overrides I don't need anymore, because I'm out of Atmo, so I'll get those off. The amount of power that lights generate is so negligible, or require, not generate, that I can get that off the bar as well. And then I want the ore detector on my bar. But I'll probably detect ore... Ooh. So I'm better at detecting ore by hand, but I feel like there's a non-zero chance that I slam into this asteroid and kill myself. In fact, a significantly non-zero. But that would be hilarious, right? So I will just take it slow. So if I died right now, I would start back at the planet, which would be... I would probably save scum. Because it would not be interesting to you all for me to... Actually, building a simple planetary ascender is not too hard. I would just have to, like, slap a large hydrogen thruster on, like, on a pod that had some hydrogen and just blast my way up. It would not be too difficult to then make rendezvous with my my current respawn pod, but I don't want to. I don't want to have to do that. It'd be boring to have to like build another ascender. Oh, this asteroid sucks. Just build a space lift? Yeah. 50 hours later, with the space elevator complete, I will be almost 50 hours overdue for the marathon. I'm sure this thing has resources. I'm just losing patience because I don't intend to build a orbital base here. So I am about to pull the plug on this thing and just like blast away. I just wanted to see if there was any like quick silver or platinum to find. And there might be some here. I can't find it. I did like one orbit. And I'm out of here. I didn't see... Well, you know, the other thing I could do is I could use the camera on the backside of the ship. Because cameras are pretty good at spotting resources. But only resources that are on the surface. So, like, I can zoom in, and if I saw, like, a ruddy iron bit, I would know there's iron there. Or, you know, if it was black or gray, it was probably silicon, so on and so forth. That could be pretty useful. Alright, if I want to get out of the shadow of this planet, what way would that be? So I think the sun is going to dip behind the planet this way. Meaning if I blast up that way, above the planet, I'll get out from its shadow. I hope that's true. Can I drill through the asteroid? I can, yes. But right now... Oh, you know what? I should, it's not your fault. I should just update my priority of building an orbital platform. So now I have my goal. Unfortunately, my camera isn't forward-facing, so I can't spy on the asteroids I'm heading towards. It only faces down, which is... I could point the camera up, I guess, but that tips the whole ship up. I don't have my dampeners on, so the ship is still heading in the correct direction. It's just weird, because the direction I'm facing and the direction I'm heading are different now. And I can't really figure out... I can't... There's no, like, thrust vectors for me to figure out, like, what direction that is. It's like, this direction? Because I think it's the center of that wheel-ish. But it's very... it's very... imperfect about telling me. Yeah, I'm not spotting any surface resources on that, so I'm just gonna fly on by. Zoom, zoom. Where's the sun? Oh, there it is. It's like in my blind spot. The thing is, like, the trip I'm taking right now is requiring 0 fuel and very minimum amount of power. As you can see in my batteries, I have 7 days, and that's real life days. So that's 168 hours of battery life left. So that's not super critical. I am going to turn off the hydrogen engine, though, because it's super inefficient generating power in order to save fuel. I am going to cheat real quick because I want to figure out where the sun's orbit is, and I'm really bad at astronomy, so what I'm doing here is enabling creative tools because I'm on single player, and then figuring out the orbit of the sun so I know when I'm outside of the shadow of the planet. As you can see, I'm right nearing the pole. I'm heading the right direction. So if I head more forward in the direction I'm going, eventually I can build in a spot that doesn't fall into the shadow of this planet when the sun, when the planet eclipses the sun. So that's just with the admin tools. I don't even need the creative admin tools on for that. So yeah, cool. Good to know I'm heading in the right direction. I don't plan on using admin tools apart from that, because that was like, the only way to know for sure that you're outside of the shadow is to wait 2 full hours for one orbit of the sun. And I wasn't really willing to wait that long. All right, let's be a little creep and spy on some more asteroids here. Oh, there's iron. You can see that brown spot up there. That's iron. I might be outside of rendering distance for that one. Don't see anything there. I feel like I'm like a spy plane or something. No. And these asteroids are procedurally generated, and they only generate near the player, which is actually something I wish they would change, because the ramifications of them only spawning around in the player means that you can't use mining drones. You can't send out AI drones to go do mining for you, because the asteroids, well, I mean, you can, but like the asteroids won't exist unless you're within range. So they can't go far and wide. They can mine the local area, but like that would be it. And this is my own music. You can see the song I'm playing at the top of the screen. If you guys want to hear some of the game's soundtrack, I can pause my own music. The snapping doesn't do anything. I'm just being fancy. And then I'll pipe in some of the game's music, which, for better or for worse. I called it sort of like aggressive ambient before. And it's living up to my claim. Aggressive ambient. It's not bad. It's just not something I want to listen to for like up to 12 hours without losing my sanity. Okay, I'm not going to space battle, so let's turn that off. You can see why I kept it off. It's not bad, but it's not great for streaming, as it's not well normalized. So, like, there's bits of the soundtrack that is just going to blow your ears out, and there's parts of the soundtrack that you can barely hear at all. In fact, you know, that's true of the game in general with like tools and rockets. Like this is really loud, and then I go to like third-person view, and all of a sudden it's quieter. It's also because I have it set on arcade sound mode, but yeah, whatever. All right, so here you can see that the time of day, I don't lose sunlight much, right? If I go a little bit more forward, I won't lose sunlight at all. It won't be eclipsed by the planet. So, yeah, I'm not in shadow now, but I want to go a little bit more forward. Ooh. What I will say, though, is a cluster of... I think I'm out of the shadow enough. I'm going to start scanning the asteroids that I'm around. Oh, what's that? That's got to be another ship. Oh, it's a wreck. Dude, you should have drove a little better. I found a wreck. That's why it wasn't coming up on radar. So one of the nice things to be able to find would be an asteroid with ice, which is really not uncommon to find. And building next to an ice asteroid. Oh, there's also space pirates near me, but they're friends with me because I killed so many spiders. I am the Spider Slayer. Oh, that might be ice. It's probably cobalt, though. That little southern tip or bottom tip. That kind of looks like cobalt. Maybe it is ice, though. Nah, I don't know. It kind of looks like cobalt to me. Well, let's check. Oh, right. I'm in camera mode. Shoot. What asteroid was it? Man, I need to have a forward-facing camera. It wouldn't be bad to also build close to the wreck, because the wreck's going to have a bunch of, like, iron and other free resources, potentially. So is this cluster of 3? Okay. Which is... there. I'm pretty sure it's cobalt, but... let's confirm. Choo-choo! With the limited amount of thrusters I have on the ship, it really is like a steam locomotive where it like builds up speed so slowly. I suppose I could have pointed 90 degrees down and used that bottom engine, but I don't want to get in the habit of doing that. That sounds like suicide with extra steps. While I'm cruising over there, I can also... I see iron and what looks to be ice in that one. Iron just to the right of my cursor and ice just to the left. That might not be a bad asteroid to start on. Yep, I'm making the call. So that asteroid right there, then I'm pretty sure has iron and ice. So it's between the 3 big ones and then the cluster rubble pile. It's so confusing to snap back to the other view. Is it this one? I need to fix this. You know what? No, I'll just cope with it. Yeah, that is cobalt over there. It was this little one. So it's the one that looks like a PlayStation controller. And now I have to find it. That one. Okay. Thank you for tuning in to Space Engineers, which originally streamed live on Twitch September 23rd as a mini-series. If you have any questions for me, let me know in the comments below. If you have any feedback, well, keep in mind that this series was a one-time streamed only series, so changes cannot be made, and I don't have any plans to play Space Engineers again, so tips aren't needed. If you would like to catch live streams of mine, Rhadamant.com has my stream schedule and countdown timers to upcoming streams. And if you would like to join my online gaming community on Discord, a link can be found in the description of this video or at Rhadamant.com as well. Thank you so very much for watching, and a special thank you to my Twitch subscribers, Patreon patrons, and viewers like you that support the channel and made it all the way to the credits. Thank you so very much. Hope to catch you in next episode or an upcoming stream of another game. Farewell, my fellow engineers,